Yarn disaster bachelor party. So, my buddy Jake is getting married next month and, naturally, we decided to throw him the kind of bachelor party that would make his fiancée question her life choices. The plan was simple, an afternoon of go-kart racing, followed by some questionable wings, and then hitting up a bar with a suspiciously high number of neon signs. But when we showed up at our first stop, we found the go-kart place had been turned into something called Yarn Barn, where fiber dreams come true. We stood in the parking lot, stunned, while Jake, still wearing his groom-to-be sash, wondered aloud if this was a sign he should just elope. Not wanting to waste the afternoon, and figuring fiber dreams sounded vaguely alcoholic, we wandered inside. A cheerful woman in a sweater that looked like it had been knitted by Picasso greeted us with, "Welcome, yarn enthusiasts. The advanced knitting class is in the back." None of us had ever so much as touched a knitting needle, but before we could protest, we were herded into a room full of retirees and given balls of yarn the size of small pumpkins. Jake tried to whisper, "Just go with it, boys," but it's hard to look casual when you're holding a glittery crochet hook and what might be alpaca wool. About 10 minutes in, things started to unravel, pun intended. Tim, who's never followed instructions in his life, somehow managed to tangle his entire ball of yarn around the ceiling fan. It spun like a psychedelic maypole, showering us with bits of fuzz and causing Mrs. Henderson from table 2 to shout, "That's not a slipknot, young man, that's a lawsuit." Meanwhile, Jake was desperately trying to knit something that resembled a beer cozy but looked more like a woolly amoeba. The instructor praised our abstract techniques and said we were really pushing the boundaries of fiber arts, which I'm pretty sure is yarn speak for "you're terrible, but I admire your commitment." We finally made our escape, each clutching a lumpy, vaguely sock-shaped memento and swearing to never speak of it again. But Jake, ever the optimist, looked at his creation and said, "Well, at least if marriage gets naughty, I'll know how to handle the yarn."